Hey Frank, Matt Brown, Fight Magazine.
Hey Matt.
You said in the past it's easier to knock guys out standing and taking them to the ground. Going into this fight with Cung Lee, do you see it as being a stand-up slugfest, or do you have a huge advantage on the ground to take the fight there?
Well, I see both. You know, I got a huge advantage on the ground. Everybody knows that. I'm a ground master. But I think that my skills now are in stand-up. I think my art has moved towards stand-up. And I mean, Cung Lee's a stand-up guy. It's going to be a stand-up fight, bar none. It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. But I'm going to knock him out. And I'm going to take San Jose back. That's what I do.
I'm Mike Cross from Fighter Magazine. I got a couple of questions for you. How much have you sparred with Cung Lee during your career, and can you describe him?
Well, did you see my YouTube video? That was I sparred with Cung. I used to be Kung's sparring partner, to be honest with you. And the truth is, I was his punching bag when he was a Sancho champion. So. You know, I sparred with him extensively. I wasn't very good at stand-up at the time. I've just kind of come into my own on the stand-up, so he pretty much beat me up on the stand-up. But it's definitely a different game now. I'm definitely much more knowledgeable, much more confident. So.
Now, one more question. What are you and boxing coach Tony DeMaria doing to prepare for Lee's unorthodox style?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much the same as usual. I'm going to brush the kick off. Usually I would let him kick at me and stuff, but I'm going to brush that side kick off, and that's just, you know, basic arm brush, moving the side kick. But boxing-wise, I'm going to throw more feints, throw more combinations, and work different angles. Cung moves, but he moves straight back. He's available for combinations, and he runs. I'm going to cut him off when he runs and give him the left hook of death on the way out. So.
Oh, dude, I promise.
Frank, Loretta Hunt from the Fight Network. With only 5 MMA bouts, Cung Lee is not a top-ranked fighter. What do you think you will gain by fighting and beating him?
Probably nothing, except for a new house, and I'll probably get my you know, I don't know, maybe new shirts. I'm not in the top 10 ranking. Rankings are BS. No one, you know, all the companies own the rankings. They rank their people wherever they want them. I'm in my own league. Everybody gets it. Kung's in his own league. He's inexperienced in mixed martial arts, but he's a very experienced martial artist. And when it comes down to fighting, you know, fighting is fighting. Art is art. And I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. You know, the odds say I should crush him because of my MMA ability. But I think he's a huge challenge for me, and that's why I'm fighting him.
Frank, Doug Jeffrey, Ultimate Grappling Magazine. Hey, what is the single greatest challenge Cung Lee presents to you?
Challenge for Cung, you know, he's going to challenge me in distance and timing. In that game, he has the advantage on me. In the distance and in the distance game of striking, he has a definitive advantage on me. That comes with experience. That comes with gamemanship, and striking is the hardest art to learn because it's a very finite dance. So, you know, it's going to be hard for me to match that understanding of distance. But I also think that he's never duked it out with a guy with 4-ounce gloves. And, you know, until you face that demon, it's a whole nother level. And I just don't think he's ready for it.
Frank, Ed Fuller, Black Belt Magazine.
Hey Ed.
How are you? Will you be using your high-profile fight with Cung Lee, to help promote the independent film project you're involved with called Red Canvas? Also, will we be seeing more of you on the big screen?
Of course, yeah. Red Canvas was a huge project that we did. One of the better mixed martial arts films, I think, that's out there right now, with a good true story about what it takes to be a mixed martial artist, and, you know, the reasons why you would become a martial artist. So yeah, definitely. I mean, the beauty about Cung Lee is he looks like he's an action, you know, hero. He's right out of a video game, for God's sakes. So I think the fight itself is going to be a huge promotional tool, and I think Red Canvas is going to be a huge hit. So, you know, catch it in theaters coming out next year.
Frank, Dave Carter, Inside Kung Fu Magazine. Regarding your last 2 injuries, how difficult was it for you to come back from them? And what was your motivation to come back in each case?
Well, I'm always injured. I mean, when I was 16, I broke my back, and the doctors told me I had to have my spine fused. I'd never played contact sports, and that I was going to be in pain for the rest of my life. So before I ever started my career of fighting, the doctors told me I had career-ending injuries. So I don't believe what they say. My knee took a while to recover from. I'll be honest with you, it took about probably 2.5 months of some pretty hardcore therapy. But injuries are a way of life, and you know, I don't do steroids, I don't do drugs, I don't take pain pills. I just try to live the best life I can, and being banged up is part of the business. I believe in the art of fighting. Do the most amount of damage with the least amount of effort and the least amount of damage to yourself. So I'm just trying to keep that rolling. I feel great now. I feel healthy. I'm just tired because I took the red eye in last night from doing the Showtime show, and I'm a little bit beat.
Anything with your injuries? Don't you think it would have been easier to retire?
Yeah, sure. But what would I do? If I weren't here beating up my friends, if I weren't here hanging out with you guys, what would I be doing? This is my way of life. I'm a martial artist. This is what I do. So for me, you know, until I physically and honestly can't walk in there anymore, or I don't have the desire, that's when I'm going to stop. But I mean, I'm 35 years old. I'm one of the healthiest guys you'll ever meet because I do this every day, all day long. So for me, I just love it.
Frank, Dave Carpinello, punchdrunkgamer.com. Do you want this fight with Cung to go to the ground, or would you prefer a stand-up battle?
I think the fans and the new fans want to see stand-up, and I think Cung is the perfect guy to stand up with. You know, he's got great skill. He doesn't have a lot of power, but he understands the game. And the only way you're going to beat Frank Shamrock is to knock Frank Shamrock out. And there's nobody out there. Phil Baroni was the hardest hitter in MMA. And, you know, he put a few lumps on my head, and that was it. You know, as far as I see it, Kung's the last guy to have any shot at it. And this is a fight the fans want to see. We're great martial artists. You know, we're fighting over San Jose, basically. And that's a big thing. That's huge here.
Thank you.
Frank, Adam Swift, MMAPayout.com. Last year there were reports that you had a reality show in development with Mark Burnett. I believe he's the guy who did Survivor, called Frank Shamrock School of Hard Knocks. Is that project ongoing?
It is ongoing, and actually we did a presentation piece and a pilot show for a network, and it's not with Mark Burnett, by the way. It's my own company and our school here, but we had it for sale up in front of Court TV, which now turned to True TV, and they turned it down. So we're shopping at the networks right now. We're looking for a home for it. What's funny is True TV said it was too gritty. Which is pretty ridiculous because it's about the schools, it's about the life, it's about how to become, you know, an extraordinary person using martial arts and mixed martial arts as a way of life. So I can't say I was too gritty.
Could you share some details about the format and potential television outlet other than that?
Sure. Yeah, the format was this. We tried to pattern the schools as much as possible, and in that, you know, we have an apprentice program, we have a young boy program, very similar to the Japanese martial arts way, where you work your way up through cleaning mats and toilets and everything else. And you know, if you're an apprentice, we give you the opportunity to come here and to learn the martial arts for free, and you provide service to us, we provide service to you. This was a show about that system and about the next level above an apprentice, which is a young boy, and what a young boy has to go through by way of physical tryouts, by way of psychological torture, by way of physical conditioning, and you know, what it takes, in my opinion, to become a true mixed martial artist, and what it takes to respect the art. And that's a huge thing. Our kids today, they got no guidance, they don't know what's going on. You know, they live in the video game world, and in the real world, it takes a lot to become a man and to become a real member of society. That's what the show is about, and it revolves around our school, man. It was pretty amazing.
Hey Frank, Kelsey Moet from Full Contact Fighter. What do you think of the wrestling and ground skills Cung has demonstrated thus far in his brief MMA career?
I haven't seen any, so I don't know. I mean, I know he's a good wrestler. You know, he wrestled at West Valley here, but I haven't seen it. I don't think anybody's seen any ground stuff from him. And I mean, everybody thinks this is going to go to the ground, but you know, everyone thinks I was going to take Brony to the ground. I haven't taken anybody down for 10 years. I don't know why everyone's caught up in it. It's going to be a stand-up fight, so I don't think anything of it. I think if when he takes me to the ground after I hit him on the chin, he's going to get submitted or choked out.
Right, Elias at InsideFighting.com. You've spoken frequently about your desire to fight Ken Shamrock, your adopted brother, who actually got you started in the sport. Now it seems that matchup is more likely than ever. Can you explain to fans why such a fight is something to be excited about, as opposed to being viewed as something just sad and unfortunate?